There we go. Hey, welcome everybody to Astronomy Daily Live. So, hope everybody's doing well out there in the universe and the world. Come on in. This is just a place to hang around for a little while, chit chat about all things astronomy and space and science and all kinds of nerdy things. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I noticed there's a little bit of extra activity in the chat pre-show, so that's always fun and cool. I'm always glad to see that. So yeah, we'll hope everybody's doing well. It's it actually sprinkled here, just just a little bit, just a little tiny bit, but it's we've got some big heavy clouds outside, so it's almost like a monsoon thing. But
Yay!
Mm.
That
yay!
rain.
Well, well, back from the trip is the lovely, sexy,
Oh
talented,
yeah,
and not hide on LDS Atalanta.
we're popular. Our group is our little group.
All right, good. So how was your trip?
Looks like you guys had some interesting. I was able to catch up with some of the ADL, but after the fact, not while you were actually
Yeah,
broadcasting.
yeah. So
Looks like
uh,
you were following up on some interesting stuff.
yeah. Well, we're looking. Ah, you got me. Um, yeah, we're. I don't recognize that sound.
No, that won't be necessary. It actually talks to me.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much.
Oh,
All
honest
right.
to God, the stuff they have out there, it's just great.
So how was your trip?
Oh, it was good. Same old, same old. It's like a traveling show.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
pack up all our stuff in the van and go to the next place. We're like gypsies.
yeah. Wow. Well, I guess that's fun for a while, right? Um, does it?
Yeah, the people like it. And
Yeah.
it's pretty, we put on pretty good quality performances at a very reasonable price. So
Right.
a lot of people who couldn't afford fairly decent theater get it through our group. We do uh, some, off the wall stuff, but we do a lot of regular things, a lot of Shakespeare, a lot of, Tennessee Williams. It's pretty standard
Right.
flatline stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, hey.
Oh,
How?
I have a terrible thing. Public TV is going to do one of their fundraising things around here. And
Okay.
I came home to a bunch of phone calls. Apparently, one of the movies that I made with PBS, they're going to use in their fundraising, and it has to do with railroads, is what it is. I hate that. I just hate that. I don't like to be, every time I do one of those movies, I tell people, don't identify me because in the outfit, nobody will recognize me. So I
Oh, I
can
see.
retain anonymity. But
Right.
if you put my name in the credits, I don't want them to know who I am.
Right.
I don't want that. Well, what happened was a whole bunch of people at the astronomy club that I belong to saw a PBS presentation that I was involved with.
Oh, uh-huh.
And they didn't even know who it was till they saw the credits. I mean, who reads the credits? I never read the credits.
I
Yeah,
I read the
these
credits.
people read the credits, and what do I get is, we saw you on television. Oh no. And then everybody starts treating you funny.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're not quite real. Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Thank
look,
goodness you
Terrible.
we need
thank goodness you get to have a death threat.
we need to
Well, I don't know.
we need to say the official howdy to Bobby. Hey, what's going on over there?
Nothing much. I just brought me a USB headset.
Oh, very cool.
$20. If I was out to buy the Logitech wireless USB headset, it will cost me $40.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not
Yeah,
all. I thought they were more expensive than that.
yeah.
Yes.
I sort of noticed that the sound was different, but I wasn't quite sure what it was until you just pointed it out now. So very cool. Nice. Yeah. It you actually sound much better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Excellent.
They're like the black web Walmart kinds.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yo, for Walmart. I don't even have. I've got a bunch of headsets, but I never use them on here.
Hmm.
I don't. Maybe I need them. I don't know. Not
Yeah.
to worry.
Well, I know for sure, the setup that I have, the microphone is coming out of the camera. So if I had, yeah, doink, oink.
Ew.
So if I had, you all on speakers behind me, you would hear that, and yeah. So yeah,
Creepy. I mean, I've got a 27-inch screen, and all of a sudden there's this big finger coming out at me.
big finger, big one. Yeah.
It's like 3D. I'm glad I'm not looking at it.
Thank goodness.
Hey,
Thank goodness nobody has a virtual reality headset.
Oh,
Nope.
I do.
Not yet.
I've got the one that goes with PlayStation 4. I've got their VR system.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's great. But, I'm killing my knees and everything. I'm bashing into everything in the house when I've got the thing on. Because
oh my gosh. You gotta watch that, Alta.
You need to, if you're going to use those things, you need to use it where you have some floor space, a lot of floor space to get around in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't think my room is gonna count because this is the smallest room in the house.
And well, if you try to have a fight with a lightsaber in front of your living room, you're gonna fall over the coffee table. I mean,
Warp Factor 1, Captain.
Yes. I hear you.
Warp Factor 1, Captain.
I hear you, baby.
Or fall over the bed and maybe injuring my dog and stuff. And my uncle's gonna be like, "What's going on here?"
No, I haven't tried that Oculus thing yet. I mean, I'm all teched out with the astronomy stuff. The last thing I need is one more piece of tech to learn. But the Oculus has a headset that the whole VR unit's in the headset itself.
Yeah.
The downside of that, though, it's too heavy. I read all the reviews say if you get the thing tight enough for it to stay on through your, lightsaber battle or whatever you're doing, you get a headache because it's like wearing a tourniquet on your head. Well, that's the last thing I need. So I just thought,
and a lot of stoner talk with Illinois becoming the next state to legalize marijuana. And welcome Kira in the chat.
Oh, speaking of marijuana and the effects of time distortion in one's head, I saw that on one of your, and I commented on it, on one of your videos. You guys were talking about it. The primary reason that time tends to speed up when you grow older, and trust me, I'm an expert on speeded up time, is because the neurons in your brain are firing slower. There is a perception thing. It is a component, the amount of time you've lived. But that isn't the major one, contrary to popular belief. It actually is the rate at which the neurons in your brain fire. They fire very fast as a child, so time drags. And as the neurons slow down, time speeds up. This is evidenced. Ask professional athletes about this.
Okay.
If you get in almost a kill you accident, like if you're doing extreme skiing or something, that's something I have, familiarity with. But I've heard fighters tell me the same thing, that when they get really hyper, I mean, all of a sudden the adrenaline surges, everything, all systems are on because you think you're going to die or be seriously injured. Time will slow down. Things look like it's happening in slow motion.
Right.
Why is that? Because your neurons are firing
faster,
even on a temporary basis. Well, so much for time. We've taken care of that.
Well, that's an interesting theory. And
it's not theory. It's actually been proven.
Well, okay. Well, that's an interesting observation. I was definitely not aware of that.
Yeah,
so
neuron firing rate. So if he's all worried about time starting to go fast, and he's a relative kid by my standards, if he's worried about time going fast, it's going to go a lot faster.
Okay. Yeah.
Years.
Well, no, I mean, I was making that observation too. That but for me, I definitely notice when time slows down, because once in a while, maybe a couple times a month, I'll have a day where it's like, wow, it's only 9 a.m. That's amazing, But unfortunately, those are relatively rare.
Yeah, your neurons for some reason are firing faster. The senses, our senses that we use to perceive and study our world around us, it's just amazing how. Sometimes I wonder how accurate what I see and observe and experiment with actually ever was, because it is filtered through the only way I have to receive it, through my senses.
Yeah.
And they are subject to change and error, believe it or not. I mean,
well, and we know that they're extremely limited.
Oh yeah.
Extremely. So yeah. I'm completely with you. I have.
Like to welcome Indy Kelly in the chat.
Oh, nice to see you.
The chat people are probably saying, "Speak for yourself, guys."
And speaking of it, did you not know when you sleep, you think that your dream may only last about maybe 5 minutes? When you wake up, when you get into a dream state, and it's like maybe 11:30 late in the evening. When you wake up, it's only 5:45 in the morning, and you thought that the dream can be way longer than that.
Huh?
Oh, you can dream the whole life.
And it does tell you, and when they say something about that, they also think about astro projection, like lucid dreaming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know what a lucid dream is. But you can dream a whole lifetime in an evening. I've done it. I'm sure you have too.
Yep.
And if you wake up during your REM period, you'll remember it. But if you wake up during deep sleep, you won't. I don't know. I guess,
Yeah.
Mostly we don't remember our dreams.
I can recall some dreams, but not all of it.
It depends on when you wake up.
Yeah. Well, I must wake up at the same time all the time because I don't remember my dreams. Extreme few. The only thing that I do actually remember about them is if they were, really interesting, or really, kind of dumb, or but that's all I get. That's all I get, and it's a bummer, because most of my dreams are fantastic. Just
Yeah.
absolutely awesome. And I
Yeah.
can't remember a thing.
Oh, that's a shame. Sometimes you get ideas. When I was doing scientific research, I actually would get ideas in my dreams that showed that my mind was continuing to work on the problem during the sleep state. And it can do that, but you have to remember what you discover. And you have to wake up at the right time.
Yep.
If you don't, and you can't, scientific research they researched the dream state to try to see if they could get you to be able to control it cerebrally. Like you want to go to Hawaii or something, you just do it in your dream.
Right.
It turns out, and how this research was conducted, I know because I was a research subject in this, because I go to sleep very easily. They would ask you that as soon as you would get into your dream state and you realized you were in a dream state. Sometimes you realize you're dreaming.
Right.
Sometimes you wake yourself up. Sometimes you don't. They said, when you realize you're in the dream state, put your dream hand in front of your face. Just
right.
Now, this is a cerebral activity.
Yes.
You telling your hand to go in front of your face. The moment you would do that, every single time, you would wake up like boom in a start. Just whoa. Your mind does not want you messing with the dream state, is basically what it's saying.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. You stay out of it. I think that's what it's saying anyway.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, I've tried all kinds of things, to try to remember. I kept a notebook, next to the thing, the whole thing. And
Yeah.
and
so Raphael, he woke up from a dream one time and see what he's dreaming, because I'm not fully awake yet, but my eyes are open. It's weird when it happens.
Oh, he's right.
The narcolepsy they advertise on TV.
That's a creepy experience, Ray. That is creepy. Ooh, I don't like that.
I guess what Ray's suffering is, I see it on TV. It's narcolepsy or something like that.
No, he doesn't have that.
I don't think so.
No, he's waking up from a dream. Narcoleptics can't fall asleep without any warning. A narcoleptic can be carrying on a conversation and all of a sudden just keel over. It's a very dangerous disorder to have. I mean, you can see it can cause some serious problems, dude.
Oh yeah.
Now, I don't go to sleep that easy. I've got to at least lay down.
Buckminster Fuller said he could fall asleep in 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know I can do that, but my boyfriend has told me I do that.
Wow.
He said he's never seen anyone fall asleep as fast as I do.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
All I remember at night is looking at the pillow in the bed, and the next thing I know, I'm getting up to pee or something,
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not that fast. It usually takes me about maybe 2 or 3 minutes or so.
What is that? In German it rhymes, but in English it doesn't. A good conscience is a soft pillow.
This is very true. This is very true.
In any event, what's on the agenda for tonight here?
Well, I was looking over at archive.org, and the first article, the first one up there, grabbed me, and so yeah, why don't we start there?
I didn't get a chance to check out Discord like I usually do.
Yeah, that's all right. So hey,
And you may have mischecked me out as well. I think she did a short one
Oh yeah.
today. Yeah.
Okay.
oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I definitely want to say howdy to everybody in the chat. So I don't think I did that really yet.
No.
Okay, we got Ray
Uh,
YL, Indy Kelly, Tom, Chuck,
I thought I
and
Here is
saw
there.
Jim from Carolina Sky.
saw
And I did say Ray.
Kira
Oh,
H.
Kira H, yeah.
Cool. All right. Good. Well, I'm glad everybody is here. All right. Yeah. So let's go over there now. For some reason, this machine is sort of behaving, well, not behaving well. So
Oh, yeah, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Lurker, Uncle B.
oh, and Uncle Bill, of course. Um, the ninja of of moderators and people who know everything. There he is. He's probably doing moderating 50 live streams at the same time, and yeah. Anyway,
It
so yeah,
makes you want to think, how is he doing that?
I just I stand back in awe and just I just do that because no, nobody can touch Uncle Bill. No way, no way. Just too good,
I
too
don't
good.
think nobody should touch an uncles when it comes to knowledge as well.
Well, exactly, exactly. He is just all over the place. I love it.
Yeah, but
All
one
right,
of
so I'm
the
gonna.
good things he does is he spreads knowledge and the capacity to acquire it to others. And
Yep.
that's what impresses me more, even more than his own personal knowledge. It's what he does with it.
Yeah, very, very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true. I couldn't agree more. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and let's take a look at this pretty interesting sounding paper, at least. Into the
Yeah.
black hole we go.
Multi-pictures make failed moderators. He is proof. His
Uh,
band hammer is rusty and unused.
Well, you've got to
I got a
compete with,
band ray gun. I got a
yeah,
band hammer gun.
there you go.
I got a
Something
gun
like
that'll blow you all away.
Tim would say, I got a gun.
It's always
I got a better gun than your gun.
it's always nice to have dedicated volunteers. All right, so this is it, the onset and growth of the 2018 Martian global dust storm. I thought that was kind of interesting because I think we've all heard about this, that happened last year. It actually just started about a year ago or so. So yeah, let's take a look at this. I am hoping maybe there's some pretty neat looking pictures, maybe of a moving dust clouds and that kind of stuff. Not quite sure what else they would get into, but let's find out. That's what these papers are all about. These scientists, they can't keep anything quiet at all. They've got to tell everybody.
Yeah.
So here
Matter
we
what
go.
your voice heard to be so instead of being shut up all the time.
Heck yeah. All right, so let's see here. We've got a little abstract. So the onset and the initial expansion of the 2018 Martian global dust storm, GDS 2018, using ground-based images in the visual range. Oh, ground-based images. I'm wondering if that's Earth ground or Mars ground. Now I don't know.
Don't know.
I guess we will find out. Okay, so what they're saying here is that this is the first confirmed global dust storm that initiated in the northern hemisphere. What is that? 140,000 square kilometers. Is that right? There's some like some music or something in the background. Could we
Not me.
turn that down a bit?
Not me.
Just a tiny bit.
Turn it down, Bobby. Or I'll blast you.
Look out. Look out, Bobby.
Hands up! No, shoot!
Yeah. Okay, so and I guess that started on the 30th and 31st of May of last year. Okay, so from the 1st to the 8th, they took daily images. Winds going 5 meters per second. Wow. Actually, 5 to 40. So, that's not, I don't know, 5 meters per second. That's not really incredibly fast. 40 is getting a little fast. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's fast. I mean, I'm trying to think in terms of Martian atmosphere too, because the density there is so much less. Yeah, these velocities, I don't know. I mean, obviously they're enough to push around a lot of dust. Okay, so by the 8th of June, the dust reached a latitude of negative 55 degrees when the South Pole. Yeah, very cool.
Made for crummy viewing, as I recall.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to do that.
That was my big moment to see Mars. And what do I get? A dust storm.
Yeah. Well, luckily, those kinds of things do happen.
And what kind of instrument did they use?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out here. I haven't noticed anything yet, but we will find out. Ground-based images. Okay, so we're still trying to find out what they're talking about there. Onset, initial expansion, analysis of the images. They're just talking about the images. Yeah, we need to know where these images come from.
Here we go.
But yeah, these all look like they are ground-based, Earth ground-based. Wow. So,
They're pretty nice, though.
They are pretty amazing. I'm just trying to see if we're going to be able to get much out of this. Well, not quite sure what we're seeing here. So the image A shows the region free of storms, and B shows a precursor storm. So that's A and B. So I guess they're talking about this white area there.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it says B shows a precursor storm. Images C through L. I guess that's L. Yeah. Show the onset and the initial daily expansion phase. Okay, so we just read these.
I think it's where the arrows are. The white part's the ice cap, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's where the arrows are. That's where the storm.
Wow, I don't know what they're seeing there then, because that looks really doesn't look like there's anything precisely where they're pointing, except if it's that dark thing.
I don't know. Move to the next one.
Yeah. See there, I don't know exactly what they're pointing to. Are they pointing to this thing or to this dark area? I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure exactly what the arrows mean. They may not be pointing to something. They may be indicating some sort of directional movement.
All right, let's
see what's going on here.
Let's go back to the thing here. Okay, so yeah, they just have time, date and time. So yeah, what do the arrows mean?
Okay. So the arrows identify the area of the expanding storm.
Yeah.
So they're really not pointing to an individual thing so much as a general area.
So, okay. All right. So, yeah. So there it is.
We're going to have to say good night to Ray.
Take care, Ray.
Good night, Ray.
Nice to see you.
Good night. Ooh.
So sometimes the conditions were really, really nice. Like this one is amazing.
That's great.
And sometimes the conditions were not so great. So, and I mean, it could be different telescopes. It looks like there were a bunch of observers. Yeah. See, I mean, each observation, each image, it looks like it was taken by, well, almost somebody else. Here's Morales twice. But and here's Ruik. K Beverage. I love these names. Speaking of beverage, I'm going to take a nice long drink here.
And I still got like a quarter of my bottled water.
Nice. So yeah, it sort of looks like
too.
It was 4 or 5 people here, maybe 6 or so that actually did it. So yeah, a bunch of different observations. And probably, different telescopes, different equipment. So it'd be nice to have like a table showing what the scopes were, all of that. Well, let's keep going. We're gonna press forward. These are, even with the really, really interesting expanding dust storm here, which is amazingly complicated. That is extremely cool, but these images are really nice.
Yeah.
So, and kind of weird looking. So, interesting. All right, we're gonna keep going here. See what else we find. This paper just came out. Just it's from the latest batch. This is leading edge astronomical research, looking at these things. Days after the onset. Okay, yeah. So they're looking at. Not sure what they're looking at here, but how the area expanded. Oh, and look, they're comparing it to other sort of events. This one they were able to watch like right from the beginning, which is pretty amazing. See all this other data out here, I guess, except for the X's, but you know, these data points from 77, we just have these and these. So, you know, it's nice to be able to fill all that in. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Looks like in terms of area, the one in 2007 was sort of the most. And this one, this last one, well, they have a total here, and that's second to last. So I don't know if that says anything about the size of the storm or anything, but physically it was smaller than the other ones. At least 9 days out, right? I think they looks like they only have it out to 9 days here. Cool. Let's see, motions and velocities. Okay, so yeah, they are measuring different areas. It's kind of interesting. I'm kind of wondering about this negative velocity here. What that means? If that's just I mean, it's got to be some kind of a vector sum of some sort. But I wonder if that means it's moving south and north and south here. Yeah, I don't know. Drift per day. Cool. Oh, neat. So here's a nice map, sort of showing. Wow, it's kind of a busy map actually. But this is how it looks like it spread like that. Spread really fast. You know, in a week, a little over a week, it had gone from this little thing to, wow, you know, like a third of the planet. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. I'm not quite sure what the why these are like this. We might be able to find out. Oops, let's zoom out. Flat colors indicate the core of the storm. The streaked regions, the total area. Arrows indicate the directions, followed by the expanding dust. Not quite sure what this is. Lower the mean daily isolation at the top of the atmosphere along a Martian year. Wow. Now that flies way over my head. Oh, what is this here? Model predictions. Okay. Looks pretty complicated. Kind of hard to tell what's going on there. It looks like
not too complicated.
Well, yeah, they're gonna be. That's how it is, and that's how we make some progress. Just kind of, if you don't understand anything, move on to the next one. You probably will. At least eventually.
Or X the authors.
Yeah, I mean, what I would do in this case, right, if I was extremely interested in this topic, is I would sit down, with this on paper for days or weeks or months, right? Try to understand it. And then, if you have any questions or anything, get a hold of the author and see what they say. Let's see. Yeah, so they did a very, very thorough job here. Wow. Okay, let's see if there's anything at the end here. There's all the references and whatnot.
So it probably didn't tell you the instrument.
Yeah, we're still looking for that, aren't we? Let's see if we can find out. There's some there's some funny things here. I don't know what that exactly is. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Right. So yeah. Here we go. So they're saying that. Yeah. So has anybody ever heard of this thing called Lucky imaging? You heard of that? That's that's sort of a little. It's not really a trick, but it's a way of obtaining pretty sharp images where you normally can't. And the idea is that you basically video record your object, like it's got to be something bright, and take very, very, very short exposures. And what that does is it not only do you well, I mean, what you do in the end is you freeze the atmosphere. So and what you can do is you can look for instances where the atmosphere is completely clear. And if you're lucky, you'll grab a few of those, and that's the essence of lucky imaging.
Yeah. Old school imaging before lasers.
Well, this doesn't. Yeah, this really doesn't have.
Well, this is what Chuck Nackham said in the chat.
Okay. Oh, cool. Let's see what Chuck was saying about that. Yeah. Well, Chuck, this is definitely like pre-adaptive optics, but it's this kind of stuff that actually allowed adaptive optics to work. Is that we were finally able to sample pieces of the atmosphere correctly in order to understand how they were distorting these images, and then just reverse that in the optical path as fast as you can, and get a correction that works really, really well. So yeah, if it wasn't for this early stuff, the adaptive optics would have come along eventually. But so yeah, the next step up from lucky imaging is what's called speckle imaging, and that well, I'm not going to get into that now, but that's a way of actually making every single image a very lucky image. So instead of having to throw all those out, you take them all in, all of them. All right. So it looks like most of the telescopes were relatively sizable, 0.3 to 0.5 meters. So that's, oh, and look, there's a table, S2. So, haha, here we go. There's S1. Let's just go right to S2. Here we go. Wow, so there's a lot more observers than what I thought. Wow, look at them all. Okay, so they're...
crap.
These are observations. So, yeah. Some of
So
these...
the mean Gene Oakland would say, holy balls.
But it looks like there's a lot of RGB. There's some infrared here. It's probably a color camera, so that's probably RGB as well. L is luminescence. It's just a grayscale, and I guess with the astrophotography, it helps in some way. I'm not exactly sure what that is.
And did I just hear like a mini dog alarm?
Yeah, I think I probably heard a little bit of a doggy alarm. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that all of the filters here are not your standard scientific filters. They're all sort of these these filters just aren't used in astronomical work. So yeah, I don't know how useful the colors actually are, but since they we're sort of just looking at the dust cloud and how it was moving, maybe the colors of the cloud doesn't really matter all that much, although boy, I would think it would be. But anyway, yep, lots of scopes. Let's see, that's this is a half meter.
So Uncle Bill drew and said he remembered an article about 30 years ago by an amateur that was shooting Jupiter with a basic webcam at 30 frames per second, then sorting and stacking the frames. Results were super crisp and sharp.
Yeah, that is lucky imaging. So it's sorting. I'm sorting the image by quality, and then
did it really have webcams in 1988?
Did we have what?
Webcams in 1988.
Well, yeah,
Or 1989.
I don't know if I would characterize them as a webcam, but it was a digital camera. And
because digital cameras were pretty much not heard of until somewhere around I would say between late 90s, early 2K.
Yes, but within the astronomical world, digital cameras came out in the early 80s, maybe late 70s. So in terms of us astronomers, we were very, very familiar with digital cameras by then. So yeah, no problem at all. But yeah, I don't think it was a webcam.
I remember the 35 millimeter camera in the VHS camcorder.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Anyway, so there's all the scopes that were used. So here's a half meter one. Here's a 0.4 meter one. Here's a 0.2 meter one. So that's like an 8-inch. Different kinds too. You got your Schmidt-Cass. You got your what's a DK?
Where do you see? Where do you see DK? Oh,
here's a DK. There's also, is this really a telescope? It's called a Mulin. I've never heard of that.
Nearby. There's a bunch of them on there.
Yeah, I've never
There's
heard
a
of them.
bunch of them that you never ever would know.
I'm absolutely certain of it. But I'm gonna find out what a. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, it's a Takahashi.
Takahashi.
Okay.
Whoa. That's
All
a
right.
bad scope.
Yeah, those are top of the line
yeah.
refractors, and that's big. That's a big one.
Talking
So
about
these
people shucking, you talk about Muchawanga.
Muchawanga, yes.
Look at that.
Newtonians. Oh, I'm trying to understand what a DK is. That's a anybody in chat? No, I'll bet you Uncle Bill knows.
I heard of DK Publishing, but not DK and Telescopes.
Yeah, I don't
I've
think
heard
that's
of
the same thing.
telescope.
Oh wow, and there's even more. I didn't realize.
Oh man! Oh my gosh!
So these are just all the observations.
Boy, a
Right?
lot
I
of
mean,
these
these are the
people
dates.
have telescopes you could put a down payment on a house for. I mean, they're ooh.
Wow. So here's. Oh, okay. Well, Damian Peach, I recognize that name. He's a big Twitter person. Got incredible images. I don't know how he does it. I think he.
Is that Damien Explorers?
No, this is a different one.
Okay.
But I think
I've never
this
seen
is,
his videos yet. I've never seen
yeah,
his stream yet.
yeah. Anyway, this looks like a 1 meter, right? 1,000 millimeters is 1 meter, right? Isn't that?
Yeah. My God.
So that's a nice size.
I guess.
Yeah, and my YouTube app just crashed for no reason.
I mean, really, in the case of bright objects like planets, you don't necessarily want a big telescope because it's a light bucket, and wow, that's a big bucket. So, I mean, he must have had to really attenuate that or something because Mars is really bright, seriously bright.
Oh yeah.
So what's this Y over here? What is that? Okay, so it's just if they were able to see it or not. So, yeah, right. So this person.
Okay, so DK is a Daly Kirkham, a 2 Miller design.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever heard of that one either.
One
Doll
secondary
Kirkham?
spherical.
Wow, okay.
Damn.
All right, no fighting, no fighting.
Hey, we got ladies. We got ladies. No fighting, men. Don't maybe I had to stick the sharp on you.
So here's a
Trust me,
modified.
and where I'm
Oh, I
at.
love watching men fight. Don't tell it, no fighting. That's when you should fight, when women are present.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
Where did I go wrong? Anyway,
You definitely went wrong.
It looks like a Doll Kirkham is also a Ritchie Cretan. Right? Isn't that what that says?
Or yeah, it kind of looks like that. Like they're synonymous.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. So it's just an RC. Cool. So yeah, a lot, and this sort of shows the history here a little bit.
Boy, that's mostly pretty spectacular scopes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and those are the scopes that produced these images, right? Where are they? These ones. So yeah. Right. There was a little bit more here. we got to the table. Oh, cool. So here's a list of past dust storms. So yeah,
Here.
yeah, you know, it's like is there a pattern there? No, I don't know. Not enough data. 1, 9, 10, 12, 12, 25, 28, 34. Difference between them, what is 8, 1, 2, 0, 13, 3, 6.
If there's a pattern there, I can't see it.
Yeah, I don't see one either.
How did they determine a Martian year if they had to start by 1956?
Well, a Martian year is of course, you know, just the time it takes for Mars to go around the sun once, and so they just I think they just sort of arbitrarily set that and said this Earth year is going to be our Martian year one, and then
Okay.
they just let the clock tick from that point on.
Yeah. So on this day in 2010, SpaceX first Falcon 9 rocket launched and reached orbit.
Wow.
And here is something off topic. In 1977, on this day, the VHS video cassette format was introduced at a press conference before the start of the Consumer Electronics Show in Chicago.
Very cool. Very cool. VHS.
Wow.
1977.
So
Yeah.
the Consumer Electronics Show is always still in Las Vegas every year.
I think as far as I know, it's still going on. It's bigger than ever, as far as I know.
VHS beat Beta because they came out with the first 2-hour tape. I think she thinks.
Yeah. You know, that's an interesting story. Which you know, I was a little bit young. I wasn't really paying that much attention to all of that. I was aware of it, but
So wait a minute. So Beta never had fast forward, but VHS does.
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
That is just crazy.
Interesting. Yeah, it's just
I remember different kinds of videos I've seen on YouTube. They had something called the capacitive electro disc, which is a bino media disc, and then a laser disc.
I still have laser discs. They're big. They're the same size as record albums.
Right.
I've got a whole load of those.
Nice. Do you have a player?
I not only have a player, but I have a backup player in case the players I have go down. Now, I did transfer all my Laserdisc videos to DVDs. And man, that was a job. I had to do a little of that every day because it had to be done in real time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, may that be true.
Set it up and go away. And I had hundreds of them. But I still kept the Laserdiscs. I found them all over the place on eBay. I don't think the administrator of my will is going to go to the trouble of selling them, but I said, gee, you could make a fortune selling some of the ones I have. Gee.
Hey, there's a YouTube channel called FranLab, FranLab, and she has a Laserdisc collection, and she is crazy about them. She's got the player. Yeah. She's got all the stuff. You might want to check her out.
I think I remember her.
I'm going to write that.
I've seen some of her videos too.
I'm going to write that down because I've got a ton of Laserdiscs. I mean, I have hundreds of them.
I think...
I remember I was telling you about the capacitive electro disc. It was once called the Select Division. And I love the way how you gotta insert the disc into the player. See, like in most cases, you have to take the cassette or the disc out of the sleeve. This one you don't have to. All you gotta do is put the sleeve in the player,
Oh yeah,
extract the sleeve, and then hit play.
right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I take mine out of the sleeves. But I have a really good Laserdisc player and a duplicate one to back it up, which I found on eBay. It's Pioneer's model. It's a super one. I mean, it does everything but talk to you. But that means there's more on it to break.
Well, check her out.
Fran Lab, FRA.
Yep. Do a YouTube search for Fran Lab Laserdisc. And she just posted it maybe, I don't know, maybe a month ago, maybe. So just a recent one. She went through a whole bunch of ones, that she has.
I mean, I kept them because I could. I had sense enough to back up on DVD, but
yeah.
The main guy who used to fix Laserdisc freaked out.
What's that, Bobby?
For the one Fran Labs, is that the one that had that Pioneer and the RCA TV?
I'm not exactly sure. She does a lot of things. So she does electronics. She does woodworking.
My kind of girl.
She does all kinds of things. So definitely.
Yeah, the one I saw, she does have a collection of Laserdiscs, and she had a Pioneer player and an RCA TV she uses.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember what she used to play it, but yeah, I mean, it was some kind of pretty nice looking player, and all of that. So, all right, well, cool. I'm noticing what time it is, and I think it's about that time. I think it's about that time to get on out of here for today. I think I don't know if there was anything necessarily else in this paper. Let me look really quick. There's a couple more images. Oh, there's a few more images. Why don't we look at these really, really quick, and then we'll call it, because it's just kind of interesting to see how this storm moved a little bit. So let's do that really, really, really quick.
Oh yeah, check that one. Tonight shows dreams plus VHS plus balls equals Total Recall. Oh my gosh, I see that.
Total Recall, yeah. I love that.
Total Recall. I do too. Unusual. I'm not really into violence or anything, but I really like that movie. So
yeah.
All right. Well, here's
Uncle Bill found a blog claiming significant differences between a Dog Kirkham and a Richie Creighton.
Oh, okay.
The DK has a streamy, narrow, off-axis field of view without significant aberration.
Ew.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Interesting. All right.
Hey, you can't have everything.
Yeah. So here's some more images. These images have been processed in some way. This is some kind of processing artifact. You see these dark lines here, right along that edge. Yeah, that's some kind of funky processing. And look at that. That's a really pretty amazing shot there. I don't know if I've ever seen this arc before. So, but we're looking really, really down on one of those poles. The other pole you can't even see really. Cool. All right, let's keep moving here. There's just a few more of these. Pretty good shots though.
I remember
arrows.
running out with my scope when Mars was supposed to be making its closest approach to Earth. I
Yep.
saw this orange blob.
This
Oh,
orange blob of nothing. Yeah. 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 Well, it
Yeah.
happens. It happens. Bad
Now, are we
timing.
able to find out if Mars did have some form of life?
Well, that is still inconclusive. So we
I
really,
bet it did. My guess is it did when it had an atmosphere and some water.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's um,
So I guess instead of Puerto Rico, I think we'd all be watching John Carter.
yeah. I'm just gonna keep wishing really, really hard. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that will do it for today. Let me get back over here, and yeah, let's get on out of here for today. Mars is an amazing place, of course, and so yeah, kind of interesting. Some ground-based, Earth-based tracking of the global storm. I think the spacecraft that were there, I'm absolutely certain they monitored it as well. So I'm not sure if the paper is talking about that at all, but yeah, that was very, very carefully watched. So okay, everybody, I'm going to check the chat one more time, make sure that there are as few shenanigans as possible. And I don't. So, all right. I'm going to get out of here for now. So, have a great evening, a great day. Watch out for those phasers. You can't be doing that over the internet now. It's just a little too real. Everybody gets a blast in the
That's
gut,
Everybody's getting it.
Peace, cheers, and all that. Before Bobby explodes and falls onto the ground with his puppy dog, I'm gonna get out of here. Live long and prosper, everybody. I will see you on the spin. I'll be back here at 2 hours UTC tomorrow. Take care. Bye.
Later.